Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body. Shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings be upon your households. Just a quick one. You guys may have seen the commercial for a technology called, by the way, copyright fair use, because I'm going to play something. It's all related to the particular topic. Okay, right. What is Nubbin tech? The internet is buzzing over a mysterious new piece of tech called Nubbin, an implantable brain CHIP that claims to let users revisit memories, relive dreams, and escape reality. Escape reality. If it sounds like something straight out of Black Mirror, that's because it is. That's 22 hours ago. All right. Now, a lot of people want to escape reality. We've seen how the moods of people are swaying. Um, they all are in the mood of nostalgia and bringing it back and taking it back to the 70s and 80s and 90s. And, you know, all these shows are all coming back on, you've got all these apps on TVs or these new flat screen TVs, bring the 90s back. All the shows are back on. I got an app on my TV. You got all the shows back, man. Happy Days, and you got Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place. Listen, some of them are good shows. Okay, great for entertainment, but they're just trying to, take it back to, a certain era because they know because this powers that be people. They know that people are depressed, so they want to watch the old stuff. Yeah. So a lot of people do want to escape reality. And a lot of people even say, if you read YouTube comments, people say, man, I just go work, come home, and I've created like a little haven or a man cave in my room, So they put all the neon lights up and create certain mood lighting and just sit there in front of the box, right? Or the flat screen, or the frame, the TV, and just sort of like zone out. And they all get high, trying to escape what? Reality. And this is just another addition to that, all right? Let's go to scripture first. Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Christs or Hamashiachs and false prophets. And we've been seeing that with the Edomites and all these wacky tacky Christians and all these Jakes. When I say Jake, I'm talking about so called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians that are paid by the powers that be to sway people from the truth. Okay? People that are waking up to the truth, they want to take them away. They won't say nothing when people were becoming Muslim. They won't say nothing when people were becoming blatant Satanists, even though wacky tacky Christianity is a form of Satanism. They weren't talking about that. They weren't talking about people, doing other things. But as soon as Jake wakes up to being an Israelite, hey, everybody's got something to say. Right, now the next part. And shall shew, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, or for there shall rise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay, but if it were possible, but it's not possible to deceive the elect. The elect passed the first test. All right, they didn't take the snake piss. All right, when that situation happened, approximately, was it 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago. This the 1-9 thing. Right now, the part here is with emphasis. Emphasis is, and shall shew great signs and wonders. Right now, this is a great sign and wonder. Where is that commercial that I just saw? Okay, this is the tech. Nubbin, it's better in here. All right, now what is Nubbin tech? And is it real? The Black Mirror brain CHIP goes viral ahead of season 7 release. Nubbin, an alleged brain CHIP allows users to relive memories, is actually a marketing ploy for Black Mirror's upcoming season. I've seen the commercial on YouTube. I just saw it yesterday. Right? And I'm sure you guys will come across it as well. The internet is buzzing over a mysterious new piece of tech called Nubbin, an implantable brain CHIP that claims to let users revisit memories, relive dreams, and escape reality altogether. If it sounds like something straight out of a... Damn, where's it gone? Go back there again. If it sounds something straight out of Black Mirror, if it sounds something, if it sounds like something straight out of Black Mirror, that's because it is. Mirror season seven's promotional campaign had fans convinced that nubbin was an actual product. Okay, the CHIP allegedly developed by a company called TCKR Systems promised to take users into a state of virtual consciousness, essentially a curated dream world powered by memory recall, total recall. The perfect reality is all in your head. Their website boldly claims reality is boring, time for something better. It, the illusion actually went deep. Several media outlets on April the 3rd, 2025, received an internet email sent allegedly directed at Black Mirror creator Charlie Brooker about the nubbin tech per The Hollywood Reporter. It read, "Hey Charlie, we are almost all set for the launch of the nubbin whoop. I'm sending you the final assets for one last check, and when you're happy, I'll send out to the press list of create. Type it in. Nubbin Tech TCKR Systems. Oh my god, Nubbin. Okay, this is the website. Yeah, is this the one? Yeah. Let's go. I think you can take it on and off. I mean, it could be a possibility where it'll be one where it's not like a permanent situation. You can take it on and off, and then you'll like it so much, and then some people will actually take the real thing. You know, something like what's that Edomite's name from South Africa, Muskie stuff. You know, the one that Muskie has created also. TCKR Systems has always been at the cutting edge of neural exploration and simulated existence. It's been pushing the boundaries of virtual consciousness for decades, for gaming innovations to nostalgia immersion and implantable technology. The solution to our challenges won't come from changing our world, but entering a new one, new world order. All right, you got to read in between the lines, man. The solution to our challenges won't come from changing our world, but entering a new one. TCKR's latest innovation unlocks limitless experiences through a single seamless interface, a new world, a new world at your fingertips, a reality redefined.
Solution to our challenges.
Nubbin. Look at the definition of that small lump or residual part. Okay, just another enticement. Okay, so they're going to try all different angles, all right, to get the majority of the population, which they will take the mark of the BEAST. They're going to entice you and scare you in different ways. They're going to entice you, like you know, they might stage a whole host of children nappings, a whole host of children KID nappings. Um, keep your child safe. You know, have them take the CHIP. Then they talk about pets. You know, if you're alone, you're elderly. If you're a lonely person, which most women and some elderly are also, or if you want to keep your dog or cat safe, get them CHIP'd, which a lot of them are by, you know, they also CHIP'd. Um, okay, along with escaping reality. You know, people are depressed. You know, people want to escape reality. They want to be somebody else. You know, Like Eddie Griffin would say, get faded and be somebody else for the weekend. You want to be Michael Jackson, be Michael Jackson. You want to be this, that, and the person or whatever. Just quoting from one of his his stand-ups. But he's just talking about getting drunk and being somebody else on the weekend. These people literally want to, put you into a different state with this new technology. And then eventually, when the financial system crashes, then it's going to be another enticement to hold on to whatever so-called normalcy they have, and they will take the CHIP. Okay, and then obviously when people like this more and they want to escape reality, they become hooked the way a heroin addict would become hooked to heroin. That's why it's hard for them to kick that habit. And very rarely you see somebody come out of a heroin addiction unless Yahweh Shemashah is with that individual and he's an Israelite. Okay, the same way they will then move on to more of a permanent feature. It's like somebody wearing fake earrings when they're 12 years old. Their mom says, "Nah, you can't get an earring. You can't get an earring." So the young lad will wear fake ones, and then as soon as he's like, he likes it so much, and he feels that he looks cool, and then when he's like 18, 19, he gets his ears pierced for real because he wants them. Same thing with this, you know, and this is just another enticement, as Matthew 24:24 mentions. They'll show great signs and wonders. But if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible to deceive the elect, but they'll deceive everybody else. And here's also greater emphasis on what Esau going to do, man. All right, let's go to, I'm going to get the whole shebang. 1 second. 13 to 18. Revelation 13. To 15. And he had power to, Revelation 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Hence the thousands and thousands of guillotines that are coming into America. Okay? They want you to worship them. Okay? They want you to worship their beast image. They want you, because Esau is the beast. All right? Okay? They're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan on earth. They want to be gods. Esau wants to be a god. All right, Abarachas, I'm saying that correct. Esau wants to be God. All right, and if you don't worship them and follow their ways, that's why they want to be all seeing. They want to be all knowing. Bring a CHIP on you. They want to be all seeing. They want to have CCTV cameras everywhere. You know, you know. What was that Tom Cruise movie? They want to know your thought process as well. Minority Report. Yeah. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so your regular people, your so-called famous people, your wealthy people, your the people of the upper echelon, uh, your rich people, your very rich people, your poor people, your regular Joes that works a 9 to 5. You know, even the homeless will take the CHIP because they'll be enticed with room and board, some clean clothes and a place to wash themselves. Okay, free and bond, people that are walking around, people that are locked down, yeah, to receive a mark, a charagma, which means incision into the flesh, an etching into the flesh, if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, we've seen the technology of Nubin or Nubin, right? And other technologies out there, which Muskie has shown, Eloni Muskie. Right hand is mentioned because the right hand is always the dominant hand for an individual. But it could be your left hand, it could be your right hand, it could be whatever, okay? But right hand is mentioned, okay? Because it's not going to be specifically put in your right hand, which it can, but it will be, the right hand is mentioned because your right hand is usually the dominant. And the forehead we've seen, as you can see here with this technology. Where is that part? There you go. That's part of the forehead, isn't it? Or it could be there. And it's funny that they show a Jake and an Edomite, or was it? As a Jake, they're showing a Jake there because they want to get you, Jake, CHIP, quick time. They want you, Jake. You're their target. Jeremiah 30, verse 7. Jacob trouble kicks in. Okay, they've got Edomite here as well. They show Edomite for a bit, but at the end, who do they got? Who do they got here? That's what they want you, Jake. All right. Receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, that's the mark that you need to purchase things, to sell things, for business, any kind of business that'll be going on at that time after the financial crash. Okay, the same way you use your debit card, credit card, and some people already have been CHIP'd. They just scan it, which means it's more seamless for them. They don't have to carry keys. They can scan their hand to get into their car. They can scan their hand to get into their house. They can scan their hand to pay for things. They don't have to worry about nobody stealing their wallet, their phone. Yeah, and obviously that's going to be another enticement as well. They might stage or actually do a lot of, put on the news. Oh, a lot of people are getting robbed, and you got these gypsies that are everywhere. Which, if you've seen on YouTube, you know, all these Romanians and all these other people coming from Europe, doing scams and stealing phones and shit. Then they're going to probably amplify that even more, saying, "Oh yeah, take this. This will be, more safer." Whatever. They're going to use all different types of angles and situations to put people in the corner, to make them think that, you know what, let's go in this direction of taking this, so we won't have to deal with any kind of situation coming against us. So this they'll put different enticements and different fear factors in front of you to push you into a corner. All right, because whatever a person's fear is, Satan's going to come at them and scare the shit out of them. And then a lot of people that are not part of that number, I'm talking about Jake, are going to take the CHIP. Esau and the heathens, they're going to take it anyway. All right. And this is the only way you're going to buy or sell. Okay. When you go into a store, you're not going to say you worship Jesus Christ, or you're whatever, or you deal with Edomite women, right? And can I have some food? No, you're going to have to pay for those goods and services, and that RFID CHIP rice grain will be in your hand or some part of your body, which will make it seamless for you to make that transaction. All right. Verse 17 states that, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, which is 666. All right. I'm going to leave it there now. All right. So more enticements of the devil. All right. The deceiver. That's what the devil is. The deceiver. All right. He's trying to show those great signs and wonders, man. Those miracles. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Rakak Shalom.